Ball is teed up. Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. And we're off from Tampa. It's Brashard Smith now with the return. And this gets out to the 30 before he stops. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. Bringing him out and celebrating now a decade in the NFL. This is Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners many times over like Bradshaw, Montana, and Aikman, there's just not many that have ever done it with the flair, the style, and the skill set of Patrick Mahomes.
They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he's going to be driven across that sideline, picking up close to 5 on the play. It's second down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
So 5 on the catch, 5 still to go on second down. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And they're going to get to him, bring him down after allowing about 13 on the play. And that earns Kansas City the first down. A nice early return there. They're going to be more than happy with that one, Brock. And could be a huge boost to their offense if this ground game can get going at this pace.
Every offense in this league searches for explosives. How can we find it? It's often through the air, but when you get it on the ground like that, boy, is it a huge bonus.
They'll go with Walker on the counter. His charge towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Last run got him 3. Here's second and 7. To the air, Mahomes. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a Chiefs first down.
Tight ends will eat up every one of those opportunities to show and prove they could be chain movers as well. Even as they get more and more recognition in this league, they're still constantly working to prove that they're playmakers too.
Now it's Mahomes. And the coverage too much to battle through on this play. Multiple defenders there, a lot of contact at the catch. This one's incomplete. All right, partner testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is?
To win it. Second down, Mahomes. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And now they're going to need some help. This is a 3rd and 18.
It's taken them a minute, hasn't it, Kate, to find some resistance. And hopefully that's the start of a consistent push they can have up front that really does prevent some of these longer drives as this game goes on.
Got to figure out this 3rd down here. Back to throw, Mahomes. Good strike downfield to Kelsey. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. 3rd and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the first.
We call 3rd downs money downs for a reason, Kate, because it takes everybody offensively to cash in. Excellent protection, set the table for the QB to get the completion and the yards necessary.
Walker on first down. And they catch him, but not until he's picked up 8 yards. It's second down. Already we're seeing the mind games they can play with personnel. You talk about this all the time, Brock. Looked like a passing set. Left them some room on the ground.
10, 11, heck, even 20 personnel. Doesn't matter. Offensively, you get to dictate the terms. Kind of like those pitchers and catchers that once in a while will pitch backwards. Keep your opponent off guard.
Off the RPO, they get it to Worthy. They manage about 9 before a stop is made. And that's going to give the Chiefs a first down.
That whole operation right there, Kate, delivered with conviction. Passes have to be if you want to pick up first downs and keep the drive on schedule.
1st and 10 here for Mahomes. And that last pass completion, his 4th of this opening series. He's only missed 1 so far. He'll look to throw. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Chiefs. Well, he couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Now Harrison Butker for the point after. Send right down the middle and good. And they go up 7-0 here early.
7, Buccaneers 0.
Butker on now to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Sean Tucker. And this drive will start inside the 25. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. Steering the ship, approaching a decade now in the NFL, the former #1 overall pick, Baker Mayfield.
Baker's just one of these guys. I guess spark plug, Kate, honestly. Like, spark plug just comes to my mind as he sparked his career, really turning it around after being cut and traded. And every time he takes the field, it's must-see TV.
Bucks to the line. 1st and 10. Coming out, throwing is Baker. Downfield, and he's got McMillan. And he has this down to the 14-yard line.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you get an explosive play on a drive in the NFL today, you're typically going to score. With that shot down the field, well, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And they're going to respond immediately. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Kenneth Gainwell, 14 yards. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
McLaughlin with the extra points. And they're able to answer early here. We are tied at 7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. On the return, here's Nico Mejio. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Chiefs sending their offense out for the 2nd time this game. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
They send a man in motion. Throwing on second, Mahomes. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. And this defense stringing together some strong reps here early, Brock. That pass rush off to a great start.
One thing I've grown to appreciate, too, in this just kind of analytical revolution we're in, the stats of today, Kate, it's not just sacks, it's pressures, right? It's those hits, those pressures, because you know they make a strong impact, too.
Here he goes, third and long. Complete to Walker on the check down. And he's not going to make it. They stop him short, so expect a punt coming up here on fourth down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The Chiefs looking to punt on fourth down, so on comes Matt Ariza to handle it. Takes it in at the 26. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. So as the Buccaneer offense heads back out, let's take a look at their coordinator, Zach Robinson. It's first year running the Bucs offense for the former NFL QB. He was with the rival Falcons the last 2 years. And before that, he was a trusted assistant of Sean McVay with the Rams. Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's first and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Mayfield. Brought in right side. And they're going to force him out just before he gets to that marker. So give him 9 on that play. And now a very manageable second down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
This is Irving on second. Give him 2 yards. Stop made pretty quickly there. And that is good for a Buccaneer first down.
It's a gain of 2.
That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They're looking at first down here. Baker now off the play fake. Out left and Otten makes the grab. There's the hit. They're going to force him out of play with a gain of about 12. And that will set up a Bucs first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They fake the handoff. Now it's Mayfield. Brought in left side by Godwin. And he's going to be dropped quickly after making that catch. Gain limited to a couple.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 47-yard line.
Couple of yards on the catch. Leaves them second and 8. Running back sent in motion. Second down. Here's Baker. Has him on the quick hitter. Get in there for the stop, but give him about 9 on the play. And that is good for a Tampa Bay first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Baker is set, first and 10. And he's found his target all 4 passes so far on this drive. He's going to throw it again. He completes it in traffic. And he's going to get about 3, but almost nothing after that. Tackle made quickly after he made the catch.
3-yard pickup.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Picked up a few on that first down play, so now we've got second and 7. Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
McMillan coming in motion right. Now air it out on third. That one's good to Godwin. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You just love that kind of execution because it's able to make an impact, Kate, beyond simply getting the first down. That yardage, that really sets them up now to be aggressive with a new set of downs.
Baker is set, 1st and 10. And he's looked good so far, connecting on all 6 of his pass attempts on this series. Working inside the red zone. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
No luck on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Baker. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Chris Godwin scoring there on the 10th play of that drive. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
McLaughlin attack on the extra point. Accuracy perfect there as it's center cut. And they've broken this tie. They've taken a 7-point lead.
14, Chiefs 7.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Here's Smith on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Kansas City offense set to take the field. They've stalled out since that first touchdown, Brock, while their opponents have done the opposite. They've heated up, and their original 7-point lead, now a deficit of 7. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a Walker run. And he strides quickly, headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Mahomes. Hauled in by Worthy, right side. Looks like about 7 on the completion before he headed out of bounds. 3rd down coming up.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
3rd and short. Here's Mahomes. He gets it to Rice. And they've got a 1st down. Give him a gain of 13 on that previous play.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Mahomes is set. Here's 1st and 10. And he is now 8 of 10 after that last completion. the play fake. He'll throw. Connects with the open man downfield. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. Just a minute, 59 seconds remaining in our first half of football. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up. From the red zone now. Kelsey's got it right side. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
I got a hunch, as busy as this tight end has been here in the first half, this defense, they're going to make some adjustments. And I think it started right there. A whole lot tighter coverage that time.
Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. To the air, Mahomes. He gets it away, but almost no power behind it. It's incomplete. And now it's third down. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Buck. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right? And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
Complete beyond the marker. And there it is. Touchdown, Kansas City. Rashee Rice capping a 7-play scoring drive. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Butker to try the point after. This one splits the uprights. It is good. And we're back square. 14 apiece here. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Kenneth Gainwell now to return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Buccaneers, down receiver Chris Godwin, getting set for another go. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. First call here coming from the shotgun. Baker now. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. Breaks the tackle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Pete, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But Annette's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
2nd and 3 now. Here's Baker. And he's going to go down here. They are on him back around the 28. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. To throw is Mayfield. He has the first over the middle. This is going to be good for a new set of downs. In the end, about 16 yards on that play. Tampa spends its second timeout now. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Baker is set, 1st and 10. Starting off sharp, 9 of 10 throwing the football to begin this one. Pass play now. Gets it to him on the screen. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
That timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Throwing, Baker. Look at that power, deep left side. Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here's Baker to throw. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. He could not. That defense rallied, they responded, and they forced a 4th down.
Bucks getting set up to punt now on 4th down. On comes Riley Dixon. Chiefs have Nico Remigio out for the return. That's taken at the 15. And that return's going to leave them enough time to squeeze in 2 plays here if they want before the half.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Down to 12 seconds before halftime as they come to the line. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Zion McCollum on the shot. So we're all knotted up here at the half, Brock, as we send this over to our buddy Scott Hansen, who's got our halftime report. Scott?
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen back with you in the studios in Orlando. We've got a close one, as we expected. No quarter given on either side. We are all tied up at the break. This one could go either way, so let's find out as they're ready for the 3rd quarter kickoff. Send it back out to the stadium and our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
All right, thanks for that hard work, Scott. These 2 teams ready to break this tie as we welcome you back for the 3rd quarter. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. On the return, here's Gainwell. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Buccaneers getting their offense set to go to begin the 3rd. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. Bucks to the line. 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Mayfield. Hauled in by Godwin. He's going to be brought down before he can really do anything after that catch. So give him, it looks like about 7.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. and create space to take that shot downfield.
Pass and catch got him 7. Let's see where they go now on 2nd and 3. Irving on the counter. He stops here, gain of about 7. And that is good for a Buccaneer first down. Sure seems like running at a blitzing defense shouldn't work out too often, Brock, but right there it did nicely for him.
Yeah, football's kind of a funny game, Kate, because it could be super complex. Yeah. You get into a lot of language and a lot of detail, and then other times, like, just run away from the blitz. Just run away from it, and good things can happen.
They've got first down here from the 36. Right back to Irving now. Blast through midfield. Inside the 30. And they'll finally bring him down at the 22. A big hitter on first down. 42 yards.
It's a gain of 42
Look at how long he held off that defense before they finally got a hand on him, and they hauled him down.
Breaking out of tackles, sure, that's nice, but avoiding defenders altogether, that's even nicer and easier on the body, and you know his teammates love that breakaway threat.
And he's going to work it to the 20. It's Cater Kohu up to make that play.
He's brought down.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand at thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Slot man motioned over. Working on 2nd down. Baker. He's got it at the 6. And across the line he goes. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mecca and Buka from 20 yards out. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. McLaughlin attack on the extra point. Send right down the middle and good. And they've broken this tie. They've taken a 7-point lead.
21, Chiefs 14.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flight. Mejio with the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Chiefs are headed out, and we'll see Kenneth Walker. And the running lanes, and they've been hazardous. Not quite the decorated collection of highlights from him that we're going to look at here. Those big plays, the explosive runs where he leads an offense, just haven't been there for him in this one. Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Mahomes. To the left and hauled in by Kelsey. He's brought down. Play goes for, it looks like about 11 yards. And it's going to be first down Chiefs.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st and 10 here for Mahomes. Completing 80% of his passes here in this one. 12 of 15 now and counting. They're going play action. That's caught. It's Kelsey again. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
A 6-yard pickup.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Coming off a 6-yard completion. Here's 2nd and 4. Handoff to Walker from the gun. They manage about 9 before a stop is made. And that's going to give the Chiefs a first down.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets them just as many yards as a short completion would have.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. And he loses control of that one on the hitch. That's going to be incomplete. He's been a busy man on this drive. Defense clearly taking notice. It's 2nd down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Left side, it's caught by Rice. And he's taken down quickly. Nicely done by the defense. But the catch does get him to the 39-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it's going to be 1st down, Kansas City. So a fresh set of downs now from the 39. Back to throw Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Guys, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Mahomes is set. Here's 1st and 10. And he's now 4 for 5 passing since coming out of halftime. He's going to throw it again. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Second down, Mahomes. Looking over the middle, there's Kelsey. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Chiefs first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
1st and 10 here for Mahomes. Man, he is solid. 5 for 7 so far since coming out of the halftime break. Walker now from the gun. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on 1st down. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
On 2nd down, Mahomes. Look is there, but so is a defender. That hit forces the drop, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Mahomes. And down he goes. The defense got to him right around the 26. Now Yanti Yabi. And that brings up 4th now and 21.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
So on 4th down, the Chiefs field goal unit and Harrison Butker headed out. Ball on the right hash, the distance 43 yards. Butker knocks it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. On the return, here's Gainwell. coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
On the return, the Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Irving gets it on the draw. Escapes the defender. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. So we're through 3 here. It's Buccaneers football with a slight lead. Just got to hang on for one final quarter. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Now here's Mayfield. And this one's going to be forced out by the hits. Incomplete. They've been going his way all game, Brock. Defense is paying attention. Someone there to bring up 3rd down. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
That's complete downfield to Godwin. Contact is made, and that's going to take him out of bounds. Gain of about 21 on the play, and that will set up a Bucs 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down, and nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
On the give, this is Irving. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. That's complete right side. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
3rd and just 2 to go. Irving trying to run for the 1st. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Okay, so they sent the blitz, but it almost seemed to backfire there, Brock. They ran through it for a pretty nice game.
Yeah, because there's a little boom or bust, right? Is an offense, as a QB, if you see that and run away from the blitz, it can be effective like it was there.
They've got 1st down here from the 36. Baker now off to play fake. Catch made left side by Abuka. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Pass and catch got him 7. Let's see where they go now on 2nd and 3. Straight ahead, it's Irving. They get to him, take him down after a gain of 3. And that is good for a Tampa Bay 1st down.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a 1st down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Baker now. Abuka there with the grab. He's going to be brought down before he can really do anything after that catch. So give him, it looks like about 7.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Tried getting it to Emeka Egbuka, and that leaves him with 3rd and short.
I love seeing those defenders that love to chirp and do a little talking throughout a game. There's a perfect chance to back up that talk. What a one-on-one battle to win.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Motion man sent left. 3rd and short, Mayfield. They did it! He made the interception! And the Chiefs have some new life in the 4th. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now.
Yeah.
They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Now an inside give to Walker. And the drive starts out small. Just 1 yard on that play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd
and 9 at the 43-yard line.
They'll come to the line here. 2nd and 9. To the air, Mahomes. This one's to Rice out on the right side. And he has them a 1st down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Here he is to throw. Right back to Rice. Caught again. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Into the hands of his running back, Walker. And give him close to 7 before the defense can drive him out.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it or, in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
Pass and catch got him 7. Let's see where they go now on 2nd and 3. He'll look to throw it. Gets it again to Walker. Yeah, he's not going to make it to the end zone, but the offense set up well now thanks to that effort. It's 1st and goal.
1st and goal.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here. 1st and goal. Back to throw. Here's a screen out for Walker. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Here's Mahomes now. Setting up the screen. And no shot at getting upfield after making this catch. So give him 1 on that short completion.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. That was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Walker. And he will score and give them the lead in the final minute.
Touchdown, Kansas City.
So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Pretty important PAT here, Brock, to make it a field goal game. And he shakes out the pressure and nails it. And now an opposing field goal will only tie us here.
24. Buccaneers 21. Harrison
Butker on now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Gainwell. The Buccaneer offense back out for another series. They find themselves down here in the fourth after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Working on 2nd down. Baker. Dumped off to his running back. And they stop him after about a 5-yard gain, and that is good enough for a fresh set of downs. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the 2 of them.
Offense to the line for 1st down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. To throw, Mayfield. He's not going to be able to get rid of this. They got to him. That timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
That was a situation where I think the previous drive, really affected the decision-making there. Coming off a pick, he wasn't about to challenge the coverage. Instead, well, he just took his medicine.
Multiple ways to attack. Here's 2nd and long. After the sack, Mayfield. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Need something big. It's 3rd and long. Now to throw. Pressure's going to get there, and he goes down. George Karlaftis. And that's going to force 4th down, quite a ways to go. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. And they'll enter the final week of the preseason with a little momentum thanks to this victory. Ahead of that last tune-up before the games start to count. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chiefs. As with that, we sign off from Tampa.